This is a video presentation about the history of mass incarceration and education in the U.S. This was done by Manur Jabbar, Kevin Walters, Kate Dent, and Cecilia Ella Inchama. Enjoy.
Was the purpose of mass incarceration. Mass incarceration is a unique way of how the United States has locked up a great population in federal and state prisons. This all started during the 80s, where drug abuse was being a massive issue with the population, so the Republican and Democratic parties decided to send anyone who broke the law to prison in hopes that it would decrease the crime rate, but rather it made everything much worse. In 1982, Reagan declared a war on drugs, which mainly meant to lock everyone up for even a minor crime, and obviously this was mainly based off of race. They also had a slogan called "Lock them all up." In 1990, there were over 1.15 million people in prison for non-violent crimes. Mass incarceration is something that is truly wrong with the system because many people are stuck in prison for years and years for doing no crime at all. In 2010, there were about 2.28 million people in prison. The United States has one of the highest incarceration rates from all the countries across the world.
Which societal group was incarcerated the most? What was their educational level in society? And were they provided with the same educational opportunities as the other groups? Now, the majority of the prison population comprises of African American men. This has been the case for essentially all of U.S. history due to systemic issues and blatant racism. According to a recent study, African American women are society's most educated group. However, the same cannot be said for African American men, who come nowhere close. 88% of African Americans have graduated high school, and 26% have graduated college with a bachelor's degree. However, of that 26%, 58% are women. African Americans and white Americans were not afforded the same educational opportunities until November 14, 1960, when Ruby Bridges became the first Black American to attend an all-white school, namely William Franz Elementary.
The effects that mass incarceration has on a higher education. Total incarceration population, only 6% have access to a formal post-secondary education opportunity. Opportunity range from GED programming, adult-based education, career and technical education, and academic-based college courses. And overwhelmingly, 75% are certificate-based. Roughly 2,068,000 people do not have access to post-secondary education of any kind. A restricted access is due in a large part to removal of needy-based federal funds. The majority of students who are incarcerated are not on an educational pathway, likely to result in an academic degree attached. 9,900 incarcerated people earn a certificate, 2,200 earn an associate's degree, and nearly 400 students earn a bachelor's degree.
Incarceration in the United States is primarily a form of punishment and rehabilitation for the commission of felony and other offenses. The United States has the largest prison population in the world and the highest per capita incarceration rate. The current American experiment in incarceration, which is defined by comparatively and historically extreme rates of imprisonment and by the concentration of imprisonment among young African American males living in the neighborhood of concentrated, devastated mass incarceration. It is evident that education is a broad subject, which means the incarcerated can be taught and learn plenty of ideas and views that they didn't understand or knew before. Education can help not just to have the people see their life, they work differently, but once they get out, it will be different to them as well.
Thus ends our video presentation. We truly hope that you became knowledgeable and educated about facts you didn't previously know. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.